Okay, welcome to your reading. Let's see what's come through. What is you need to know at this time when you click on this video. I'm just reading the field to bring clarity and insight, and most importantly the truth. Whether you want to hear it or not, it's not my responsibility. I don't really care. I'm just gonna read the cards and then dip. So let's see, what is it you need to know? What is it you may not be seeing that is keeping you in a loop? Oh. Taking a different turn than I thought it would. Silver was like on 180 from the last Patreon readings. Those were intense, but very needed apparently. Here it is like a different tone. It's coming through as a different energy than I was just in, because it looks like there's a person who is feeling like in limbo. And when you're in limbo, it can feel like you're in a liminal space where you don't really have all the answers. It's like, can feel like you're getting pulled into two directions. One that will tether you and pull you into the past, and one that will actually liberate you and also open up your mind to new perspectives, to things you haven't seen yet, you know, whether these are like the beauty of life or the wonders of life or the magic that is all around us, you know, like this is somewhat of a threshold moment of really breaking out of old patterns and old tethers to, dream a new world into existence. And this is symbolically spoken as ultimately you create your reality. And a lot of people don't fucking like hearing that, and they can't take responsibility for their life. So they look for mules and they look for donkeys who do the emotional labor for them. Ultimately, they don't move forward. They just stay stuck, and they stay stuck in loops of misery, resentment, suffering. This is why it's called work. Like, when you agree for me to read your field, you're going to hear things, you're going to get transmissions that can be very eye-opening, but they can also be uncomfortable. Because here we don't pitter-patter around the truth. You just get it in your face and either you receive it or not. But that here as well with the underlying energy, it looks like some relationships, some tethers will keep you in illusions. They will tell you what it is you want to hear so that you don't liberate yourself and you don't grow, you don't evolve. So when you have someone doing the opposite, it can be a bit like, whoa. But ultimately, in this case as well, this is the biggest kindness I can give anyone. And it's reminding me of the scene in F1 where Brad Pitt, or his character, you know, says like, oh, I love it, I like it straightforward, I like it in my face. And then she actually tells him in his face, like tells him the truth of what has been around him or what he may not have been seeing. And he like recoils and he's like, well, I like when I'm straightforward, but I don't like when others speak to me. I like praise, I like, you know, coddling. Well, I didn't say coddling, or I said something else, but basically it's coddling then. And that's what I'm just pointing out. Whoever I'm reading for, if this reaches you, most likely is, you are still tethered to relationships like that. They will either praise you or they will just tell you what your ego wants to hear, without any real growth or evolution, because it just keeps you tied to timelines, to you're in delays as well, because you don't move forward, you're not liberated, you're stuck. So yeah, it is a little bit tied to the recent Patreon readings. It's just this spread kinda calmed me down again. So not that I wasn't, yeah, it was just very heated. I got very heated transmissions. And it's as well, it's exactly this, because imagine you have allies, like you have unseen forces that are helping you in your life, and you're just not doing what you're being guided to. Like, you're not listening to the guidance. You keep asking for guidance. You get the guidance maybe in ways that you didn't think it would come, because it may not be love and light and you're doing everything great, hurrah, you're on the great, maybe exactly what you need to see or what you need to experience or what you need to hear, so that you actually get your bar moving. And then you're like, no, don't like that, doesn't feel good, I don't, that's not for me. But then you sat there like, oh fuck, I don't have any help. Like, this is your own damnation, and that is the title of the recent Scorpio. So it's the recent Scorpio reading on, not Scorpio, but maybe Scorpio energy, actually. I don't know, I just said Scorpio. It's the Taurus reading. So yeah, you're more than welcome to join Patreon. When you join Patreon, you literally give me even more permission to read your field. It's as close as you can get to a one-on-one reading without having to actually book and commit to a one-on-one session. So that's always an option. And I do recommend it, because you will be also taken through different layers there, especially if you are like on a journey and you are like, I guess committed to liberate yourself ultimately, because that's what it's coming down to. The underlying energy showing me that there's tethers still that you just don't seem to be seeing are actually keeping you stuck. But the tethers can also be your own beliefs, your own stories that you tell yourself, excuses. I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm too this, I'm too that, like, of course it's not going to feel good. Alright, someone here is feeling really scattered. But it's exactly for that reason, because there's an energy here of coming through of like just looking towards another person or another being or another entity or force, and just be like, give me all the answers. Give me what I need, give me what I want to hear, like give me. And the whoever it is, whether it's a person or entity or being, is like, no, you got to work for this. And that's as well where many falter, because some things in life just don't come easy. And you see someone with a pretty house and a pretty life and a pretty this and that, and you just think, oh, they must be so lucky. I want that too. And then just sitting back in the chair and being like, okay, Spirit, Divine, give me what I want, and then they don't give it to you, and then you're upset. So some of you, or I'm just hearing a transmission for you that you get opportunities. Like some opportunities don't wait for you either. You get an opportunity and some I just heard some are feeling like, oh, there's time, there's so much time, I can take my time, I can wait, but it's like, it's here now, and you're basically, the energy you're in or the state you're in, you're basically transmitting, no, this is not for me, or no, I'm not ready for it, or no, that's, even if you don't say no, your energy can speak for yourself. So if you get an opportunity, or you even get an opportunity from the divine to heal something or to learn something or to evolve and liberate yourself, and you're like, oh no, now's not the time, it's not a good time, like to feel all the feels or whatever you may have to do in those moments, like you're just, I just heard you stagnating and you're delaying the inevitable. Because the opportunities come back around, that's not really the issue. But if your mindset doesn't change, you will keep giving the same answer, and that's where then you end up complaining, oh, nothing ever changes for me, I'm just stuck in the same ass loop. Well, have you been doing anything differently? You know, just like you feed yourself to nurture your body, have you been feeding your soul? Have you been feeding your mind? Like, have you been doing anything there that's actually good for you? Or are you still dependent on people to tell you that, you know? Yeah, it's not going to feel good if you get the truth by someone who actually can carry that frequency. It's not going to feel good. It's not meant to feel good. It's either meant to wake you the fuck up and get you doing something that you normally wouldn't do. And what can also happen is that these tethers just fall away, because they may profit from you being stuck and staying in a timeline that actually part of you has outgrown already. Like, some of you have outgrown containers that you're still just hanging about thinking something's going to change, and then you look towards people who are doing the work, you know, are getting results, and you're just like, what about me? It doesn't work that way. You're not going to just get it into your little... Dude, I don't know what you've been watching or who you've been talking about, you've been hearing, but there's a lot of like bypassing here, spiritual bypassing, emotional bypassing, just yeah, not getting a move on when there has been ample opportunities. Yeah, I'm just seeing there's so much time left, you know. Yeah, our soul may be, you know, immortal, but like, you've still come here with a mission, most of you, or like an idea or purpose that is actually encoded within your soul. So that's why some feel really restless, get really restless, and others just numb that out and end up stagnating and living a life that they never wanted to live, and then feel regret. But if your soul is pushing for something, I'm hearing you better answer that call, because yeah, it's going to come back around, but that's why I heard delaying the inevitable, because if you have a mission or you have a purpose or something is coded within you that is meant to be birthed through you, you're going to keep getting a push. And it takes commitment, it may take discipline, it doesn't usually take money or wealth or whatever else you have put in your head, because at least or a minimum the first few steps are you can work with what you've got, and then the rest will follow. But that's just an excuse. Someone's got an excuse here as well. I don't have this, I don't have this. Well, you do. The first step is usually the hardest, but here as well it's just about beginning, and then allowing, like surrendering and allowing the divine to show you what is the next step, or what is, and if it's not the divine, it may come from you. You know, you may get the answers if you open up to them, but you also got to listen and not, this is like what we've already been touching upon in recent readings, like the codependency is like poison. Codependency is like poison to the soul, I'm telling you, because it doesn't get you anywhere. Well, of course, some are tethered to you that don't want to see you rise. They don't want to see you either doing well or doing better, because some can already know, oh, I can't follow them, or I can't go with them because I'm not going to do the work. Fuck that. I just want to be around them so they can do the work and I can just be, you know, part of it by proxy. Until you or this person is like, fuck off, you didn't do anything, you can leave. And then they're left with what? But some of you are also being too nice to these tethers and are like, yeah, come on, there's a seat there, take a ride with me. And then it slows you down and you feel tired and you feel exhausted and you feel resentment, because you could be going at a different speed. You could be, I don't know, 5-10 years ahead. Oh my gosh, today's readings are fucking been but apparently necessary. But yeah, you know, join Patreon. I'm gonna say that again because it's gonna help with this. Whatever you're moving through here, it's gonna help that you just have the right seeds being planted so that you can, because you got to do the work. Like this is not quick fix as well. When you book in, there's no quick fixes. Nobody's gonna do the labor for you, but the investment of just having transmitted what it is you need to hear so that it jolts you and kind of wakes you up is like, I don't even know if you can set a price on that. So this is what I have for you today. May you receive it if you can. If not, leave it for those that can do. And we'll see what else comes through.